Market is rewarding people who are basically just firing people out of their jobs. IBM fired 7,800 people, replaced with AI. Amazon cut 27,000 people. Google laid off 12,000 people. They have $100 billion in cash. Record year for Google as well. Market is rewarding people who are basically just firing people out of their jobs. So therefore, let me just find, I've got a list here of the number of jobs that have been, of people being fired lately. Okay, here we go. Yep.
No, Pablo, real quick. Someone asked, is Pablo bullish on the UAE? Just so everyone knows, full disclaimer, Pablo and I just made a recent investment in the UAE. Pablo has a residency in the UAE. But yeah, what's your
okay? So the
quick side question.
No, that's a good question because it's a reflection of where this war is going. I was very close to buying properties in the UAE. I wanted to buy land in the UAE. I went all around the Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah to have a look at different properties. Now, if this war, it depends on what happens with this war. Because I thought about it, like Nima's thinking about it as well. If you have to move assets around, there are only so many places you can go to. There's Switzerland, who's become a little bit untrustworthy now, Hong Kong, Singapore, and UAE. Now, if UAE can somehow get through this and make us believe that this is a one-off thing, because look, if you during World War II and during World War II, once Germany fought, once that war is over, then peace comes. Like, yeah, it was bad, but once the war is over, then it's peacetime. Japan got 2 nukes to hit it, but once they nuke Japan, then it's peacetime, right? Doesn't matter how bad the war is. Once the war is over, then people get back on with their lives, building of the city. So it was okay to live in Japan after the war. It was okay to live in Germany after the war, right? Especially in a place like Dubai right now. If the real estate goes, I was just saying to my family the other day, if the real estate goes down any lower, I would like to buy the panic. And my family was like, what? They go, I thought you said that Dubai is going to be in trouble. I said, Dubai is in trouble right now, but we're not saying, it's not like soldiers running through the streets, shooting tanks. It's not getting invaded. It's just getting Shahed drones hitting it, which is intercepted. And then the debris hits the ground and causes some fires and injuries every now and then. Once that stops, it's still kind of back to the old Dubai, except that at the back of your mind, that wars could happen and there could be danger with desalination plants. So I don't think Dubai it's hard for it to come back and be 100% again. But if real estate is down 50% or even 60%, I don't know how bad this war is going to get. But if that happens, then doesn't that make sense to say, hey, we can come back, and now Dubai is undervalued. Dubai can probably still get back to 70%, 80% of where it was before the war. The reason why is because, okay, if you put your assets in Hong Kong or Singapore or Switzerland, then what happens if Europe has a bigger war? What happens if Taiwan goes off, right? Then Middle East becomes the safest place. It's always kind of like whack-a-mole. You got to play whack-a-mole, right, with world geopolitics. Once they've had the war already, they're not having another war for 30 years, 40 years. So then that's probably the safest place in the world. Is that Japan, Germany? Yeah, World War II, hugely bad. But next 50 years, 80 years, Japan and Germany, really safe. Hawaii got bombed, right? Now Hawaii, for the last 80 years, really safe. So yeah.
So back.
Can I just read to you quickly about the AI? Say. Okay, IBM fired 7,000. Yeah, 800.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, go.
Yeah, IBM fired 7,800 people, replaced with AI. Amazon cut 27,000 people, but Amazon had a record revenue that year. It wasn't because they were losing money. Google laid off 12,000 people. They have $100 billion in cash. Record year for Google as well. It's huge shock. Basically, oil prices is the most important factor to influence inflation in the United States. And inflation, of course, is number one factor that affects interest rates in America. When interest rates get adjusted in America, then risk assets react very, very, in a very wild way. They're very sensitive to the Federal Reserve adjusting interest rates, and therefore, when we have this shock in the Middle East, wars, whatever, and oil prices spike up, the Fed was seen to cut rates once or twice this year. As soon as that happened, the market was pricing in the Fed to hike rates maybe once this year.
Yeah.
Now, Jerome Powell had to come out and calm the market, saying, no, inflation is doing fine right now. We're not seeing any evidence just yet. So the market took that as a hint, as they don't want to hike rates. So, but they're not cutting rates either. So rates are going to stay flat. One of the other jobs, the tech stocks that's gone up, that I spoke about a lot, is UB Tech. UB Tech is the only humanoid robotics company in the world that is listed on the stock exchange. People say Tesla, but Tesla is more of a car company. It has a robot, right? So they've just shot up 20%, even though everything's been crashing, because they had an order of 20,000 robots. They work in factories. They work for NEO and for BYD. They work in those factories, replacing workers. So I don't care if you're a blue collar guy or a white collar guy. In the next 5 years, there's a 50% chance your job's going to get replaced. That's just a hard fact, right? Trump can't stop it. Nobody can stop it, right? So basically, we are probably going to start a new room in our Discord where it teaches you new AI knowledge. If the more you know about AI, the more you're going to succeed in the brave new world. We just have to adapt, right? It's kind of like, how if you watched the movie Ice Age, the first movie Ice Age, the reason why it was a classic was because all these animals were getting used to green leaves and green trees, but the Ice Age came, and the ones that adapted to the new conditions survived.